The best of Money Matters. Right Business.
Welcome to The Right Business, where we dive deep into the stories of trailblazers who dare to disrupt the status quo, find the gap in the market to find the right business. Hello, I'm Hongbin Jeong. Now, many investors today face a frustrating choice between low-cost, do-it-yourself platforms and premium advisory services tailored for ultra-wealthy clients. But what about the growing segment of investors with $100,000 to $1 million in investable assets? That's where Nextvestment comes in. Now, the platform combines cutting-edge AI technology with a human-first approach, offering a personalized premium plus experience that's both scalable and accessible. Now, Nextvestment enables advisors to focus on deeper, more meaningful conversations while the platform takes care of the data analysis and timely recommendations. So how exactly is Nextvestment transforming how financial professionals navigate investments using GenAI-powered insights? Well, joining us today on the show is Michael Davies, who's the founder and CEO of Nextvestment. Hi, Michael. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for joining us. Michael, what was the inspiration behind, founding of Nextvestment, and how did the idea of democratizing, wealth management come to life?
Well, it really started with a very personal lens. I had a lot of friends, a lot of families, smart individuals, a bit of money, but very lost when it came to investing. And then when I applied my professional lens to it, I've been in the industry, more than a decade. And we really cater to extremes, right? Either the DIY investors, like you mentioned, or, the very premium white-gloved, private banking experience, right? So it's a bit like flying, right? You have like budget airlines, right? Or you have the SQ first-class suites, where they wipe your forehead and everything, right? But there's really for the mass affluent, the people stuck in the middle, there's no premium economy seat. There's nothing available for them. So we built Nextvestment to fill that gap, right?
Okay.
To make financial advice a bit more accessible, a bit smarter, and really to help financial advisors focus on the conversations that they should be having.
Okay, so how is Nextvestment different from, robo-advisors out there in the market, those digital platforms that provide algorithm-driven investment with no human intervention?
So robo-advisors are very advanced vending machines, right? You answer a bunch of questions, they kind of find a solution that's a bit one-size-fits-all. It's a rule-based system. For us, we are more complementary. We believe in having more of a conversation to understand your context, your goals, the nuances of where your life is, and to really help guide you and explain that journey as you go along.
Okay, well, walk us through some of the key features of your platform then. How do you use it? I mean, is the platform user-friendly for financial professionals who may not be tech-savvy?
Well, I like to think so. We've built it with simplicity in mind. Financial advice is already a very complex topic. You can ask anything in plain English to us, like, how is Apple doing? To more complex queries like, how are interest rates affecting technology stocks? So you can compare products, you can understand market trends without having to dive into a million PDFs or reports. So if you can use WhatsApp, you can use us.
That sounds like a very easy tool to use. I mean, Nextvestment aims to provide advanced wealth management capabilities to financial professionals beyond large institutions. So what specific challenges do smaller financial advisors face that Nextvestment addresses?
Well, they have got limited time, limited resources. They can't hire full research teams. And as such, it's hard to deliver personalized advice to more than 20, 30 people at a time, right? And especially given the last few days of all the market volatility, clients expect more insights, more interaction, more engagement, more answers, much more often. So we help financial advisors deal with that, right?
Okay.
With the research, insights, and making sure that the clients feel heard.
Right. Well, how does generative AI then play a role in making sophisticated wealth management more accessible?
Well, the great thing is the medium, right? You can use it on the go, right? When you're on the MRT, you can use it late at night. It's available 24/7. You don't have to schedule appointments. You don't need to visit a branch. And more importantly, it's no pressure, right? It's no obligation. We've all been there, right? Where you meet your financial advisor or you meet an old friend who wants coffee, right? And you feel obligated as they walk you through to make a purchase. You might not be ready for that, right? So we help make that conversation easier, less pressure for them to start. So it feels much more natural.
Right. Sometimes Gen AI do make mistakes, and even if I ask them a question, I would have to double check those answers. Do the financial advisors also have to double check whatever the Gen AI does give them back?
We handle that bit for them.
Okay.
We've spent a lot of time to make sure the information that we provide is accurate and doesn't hallucinate. Under the hood, the technology is called a RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation, which basically will ensure that the model itself is not responsible for the advice, but more from the data that's provided by the financial institution.
Right. What do you then see as the most significant advantage of incorporating AI in wealth management, particularly in terms of personalized financial advice for clients?
Well, the first thing is real time, right? And it can be tailored to that particular person's investment knowledge, their preferences, as well as their goals. In addition to that is that financial institutions can tailor it to their house view, to what the investment office feels or their product team feels. And as the market shifts, we can be proactive about it. We can reach out and engage with clients in advance rather than wait for the quarter end, for example.
Okay. So for those financial advisors that have used your platform, what has been the feedback so far?
It's much easier to have conversations with their clients, right? Their clients will have a lot of questions that sometimes they just don't have the time to deal with. They can pass that interaction off to our models, right? And what they can do now is focus on more strategic conversations like retirement planning, estate planning, tax planning, big life goals.
Right. Well, the wealth management industry is traditionally seen as exclusive. How do you envision the future of wealth management changing as a result of democratizing, access through AI?
So I think advice will move more from this idea of like an annual review to something that's always on.
Okay.
Right? If you think about what a wealth manager should be doing is answering questions like, what do you have, right? How are you doing? What are your risks, right? I think that's where we come in. And the financial advisor should be coming in, what should I do next? What are the risks that I have? So it makes financial advice more accessible, and advisors become more like life coaches, right? With AI doing the heavy lifting.
Okay. So what has been the most challenging part of building and scaling Nextvestment so far, and how have you overcome those obstacles?
I think there was a lot of initial skepticism of whether AI can handle, money. Combining two very complicated industries together, right? Artificial intelligence, financial services. And how do you bring that together for something that's powerful but also very intuitive? So we've had to balance security, compliance, and building a very good customer experience. How we've overcome it is really testing it in the field, right? We've worked very closely with our clients and their users and iterated quickly on that feedback. So we've moved very fast in a very short period of time.
Well, if AI can handle all of these questions clients may have without a financial advisor, and as AI continues to evolve, then how do you see the role of human financial advisors changing? Will they still have a place in the industry?
I think it's a question on everybody's mind, not just financial advisors. For financial advice, 100%, advisors are actually more essential than ever.
Okay.
Right? AI should handle the research, the information part of it. But investing is still a very emotional decision. They still need, humans bring judgment, empathy, as well as trust. They should move towards more complex topics like retirement planning, estate planning, the major life goals. I think if you think about it, right, a lot of advisors today will offer products, right? The good ones will recommend what's best for you, right? But the great ones act more like life coaches, right? They're getting you to think about questions you haven't thought about yet and guiding you through the different life stages that you might go through. And AI can't do that.
Okay, well, looking ahead as well, Michael, what are some of the most exciting developments or features that we can expect to see from Nextvestment in the near future?
So we're very focused on long-term memory. If you think about financial advice, it's a generational thing, right? So where you are today versus 5 years ago and where you will be in 5 years is very different. Now, AI is not very good at that just yet. It's very good for in the moment. We're focused on making sure that we can remember your past interactions, your preferences, your goals, and keep that conversation going over years, hopefully over decades.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Michael, for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. That was Michael Davies, who is the founder and CEO of Nextvestment. This has been The Right Business with me, Hongbin Jeong.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.